We are live. This is the Irish Podcast, episode 23. Now, I want to tell you, I'm a little nervous, and this is why, okay? Because tonight we have a special guest, an honorary panel member, and he is the judge in 2016 Corporate Slave Awards. Let's hear it for the Great Exposure.
Oh, stop you. Oh, that was... I'm
come on, I gotta
get that fluffering. Come on now. But yeah, citizens of the crumb side, your eater of frauds, your great exposer is in the building. What's happening?
All right, well, no, so now everybody's going to introduce themselves, and if you want to tell us what you've been playing, you're more than welcome to do that. You know who this is. This is the TitanFallPrincess. And this is my podcast, so Great Exposure didn't he just went in and introduced himself, which is he likes to talk, so that's good for me. But
and I smoked a bowl before I came in here, so this should be interesting.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. All right, J-Dub, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, it's your boy J-Dub, aka Kratos, the god of PlayStation. I'm kicking it here with TitanFallPrincess in the panel. Let's do this.
Demetrius. Brother.
Yeah, I had to do it.
I know you had to.
Hey everybody, this is Lord Silver Clips. Holy shit, I just got a phone call. Anyways, this is Lord Silver Clips. I just want to say everybody what's up, and hope we have a great podcast, and yeah, let's get it going.
Young, introduce yourself.
I'm back again. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the podcast. Thank you for inviting me, Princess. Let's make this a great night, great podcast. Let's do it.
And last but not least, we have Craig and his pet rocks.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy to be here. Let's get it kicking and get it going. Kick the tires and light the fires.
Sounds good to me. Now, the first subject is, I know right now that after I talk about it for a second, I know that Great Exposure is going to get them. I know it right now, but I got to do this. I got to talk about this. All right. So this past week, I really shouldn't be surprised anymore. Just to say that, okay. We all know that the Mooch is back.
Of course,
we all know that. And you have Crap and Mooch launch a Patreon for people to donate. But listen, wait a minute. They'll tell you it's for friendship. You got to pay them for the friendship. To make appearance on the podcast, you got to pay them. For them to follow you on Twitter and to play games with them. That literally got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in a long time. But what the really dumb part is, there's actually people giving them money for this.
Oh,
there are actually people supporting this and turning a blind eye to it. Now, not even too long ago, you had K Mega literally lie on the Weapon Wheels podcast about donations. There's nothing to say about this, though, right?
Of course not, because one of his boys.
But here at the Irish Podcast, anyone is welcome on my panel. You don't have to pay. I don't care who you are. You're welcome. And if you give me shit, I just give it back. Okay, it is what it is, and people give you back. That's what happens. Okay, you're all welcome on my Twitter, free. You're all welcome on my PSN and Facebook, free. You don't have to pay me a single cent. I'll play games with you, free. My piece. Anybody have any thoughts? And I know before I get in, I know Great Exposure does. So go ahead.
No, the most hilarious part of the whole goddamn thing was that final $100 to talk with them on Skype for 15 minutes. Like, really? Are you fucking serious? Like, I don't know who these dudes think they are, but I wouldn't even fucking talk to them on Skype for 15 minutes if they paid me $100. Only thing I might fucking do if they did talk to me on Skype is fucking just grill the shit out of them and fucking expose me more. But I wouldn't want to fucking talk to those fools for 15 minutes. I don't know what makes them think that they have this high amount of fame that they could charge people to talk to them on. First of all, talk to them on Skype. Period. That's one thing, and then only for 15 minutes. Are you fucking shitting me?
Exactly. I agree with that. But see, that's the thing. You could talk to me anywhere. You could hit me up, whether it be on any of my consoles. You can hit me up. I'll talk to you for free. It is what it is. I'm a gamer, and I just want to talk to the other fellow gamers. So what? I entertain you, yeah. But I'll talk to you for nothing. I don't have to pay me anything.
Another thing, this whole now all of a sudden they have time to play games when money's involved. Isn't that a bit convenient?
Because they had no money before to buy the games. And even if they, but you know what? Even if they did, they don't complete games anyway.
Of course not. That's why they're fucking.
And they don't know how to play.
I think it's outrageous how they apparently think they're better than everybody, because you must think you're pretty high and mighty to have people pay to play with you.
And these are the same people. One thing, this is crazy. These are the same people that called out What Wheels podcast.
Of course.
And said that you had, these are the same jackasses that called out What Wheels podcast. And you have the nerve. Now, they ain't charging people to be on their podcast. They ain't charging people to talk to them. The Patreon, to play certain games, and then they put it back into the equipment so they can give you a better podcast.
They just bring the crumb side of YouTube down a level. Like they just made a new level for crumb side.
Yeah, they talking shit about the weapon wheel doing it, but then once one of their boys do it, silence.
Exactly.
Well, I can tell you now, they're envious of the weapon wheel Patreon.
They are.
They are extreme. I'll never say another grown ass man's jealous, but they are envious, and that's what it's always been about. You
could say they jealous.
Yeah, well, okay, but I don't even know if that's legal. I mean, like if Twitter finds out that they are using their platform to give for money, Twitter may come in and say something to them. So it's I mean, that's if what you're saying is accurate, I believe it, that they're charging people to talk to them on Skype. Who uses Skype anyway? But that's but what do you expect from somebody that calls himself Mooch and Crap Gamer? What else can you expect?
Well, you know what, Craig, man, I'm gonna tell you this here: rack them up, man, rack them up.
Smart ass. But you know
$100 to play with me. Games I don't play, rack them up.
But if you listen to both, like he just said, listen to the names. Mooch. What does a mooch do? They mooch off of you. And what is a crap gamer? Somebody who can't play games. They're shit at games. So they go together. They mooch and can't play games.
Hey, well, that's they're tag teams.
Don't forget no rules reviews. That's the excuse he uses to fucking use stolen footage.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's sad. I mean, the fact that there's people paying, and I saw somebody put that on Twitter. I thought they were just being silly. So somebody put down, can I have $3 to have them follow me, or I can follow them, or something like that? I said, I hope you're trolling, because if what you're saying is true, that says more about you than it does about them. I mean, what P.T. Barnum said, there's one born every second. But so that's all, golly, that's pathetic. That is pathetic.
It's like I wrote on Twitter, if somebody was stupid enough to pay to fucking play with them, at least make them play a Japanese PS4 game.
That would be funny. That'd be funny.
And then they also had this one tier. What was it?
And also put puzzles in it because they hate puzzles.
Exactly. There was this one tier that they could allow you to be friends on them on their gaming accounts, like their PSN, Xbox Live, and stuff like that. It would be hilarious if somebody actually paid the money and then somehow revealed all the fucking trophies and achievements they have on their fucking lists. See, also none.
That sounds like a job for the Great Exposure.
See, I don't know if I want to pay him money though.
I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I can't pay nobody to even just to expose them. I can't pay them money to be on their to do. I can't. I just can't. In good conscience, I can't.
Well, you can start a Patreon. Start a Patreon to get your money, so that you can go in and become their friend, and then you can expose them.
There's a limit to how far I'm going to go with exposing people, and I don't. Once money becomes involved, unless it's coming out of my own pocket, like I Lebowski, where I bought that Air Force BDU off eBay. Unless it's coming out of my pocket and something that some kind of material possession, I don't really want to go there.
Oh, I got you.
I don't blame you.
Well, needless to say, it's pathetic. Pathetic.
Oh yeah.
But I think you said that there's the Princess. You said there's people actually doing it. Like there's actually people doing it.
Yes, they're actually paying them. Yes.
Last I checked, they were up to like $300 a month.
So you mean to tell me? Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, grown ass men are giving other grown ass men that don't play games, period, money to talk to them for 15 minutes? Are you shitting me?
I don't know if they're doing. I don't know if they're doing the $100 tier, but they are giving them money.
Why? I wouldn't even give. Why? Like what?
And the funny thing is, they're not even entertaining. That's the funny thing. Now I could see, like for example, and I have to bring it back up again. Weapon Wheels. You can go there. You're going to find entertainment there. One way or the other, you're going to have entertainment. They're not, and they talk about games. Okay, real game talk, and they can show you real game footage of them playing. Here, they don't show you no footage. They don't show you nothing. They talk about the same shit, and all they do is bash consoles that they don't even have.
Damage control over brands of plastic.
Yep. Now the funny thing is about that is that they always talk about it's called Xbox Nation. About the Xbox, idiot. Leave the PlayStation alone. Why are you bashing play? If you don't play it and you don't like it, leave it alone. Talk about the Xbox. You know why he can't talk about Xbox? Because there ain't nothing to talk about right now.
And the funny thing is, some of these dudes actually fucking play on their PlayStations more than their Xboxes.
Yes, they do.
So
or the PS Vitas.
So what is the general point of, you know what? Like, what is the general point of this then? If you're playing more on your PlayStation, like, why are you trying to keep up this whole shenanigan shit that Xbox is better than PlayStation or being a fanboy? What is the point of it? You already know you play PlayStation more. So who are you trying to impress?
Short answer, mental illness.
Yeah, either you're one of those kids with the football helmets that are, have some kind of mental disorder or something. You have to be, because I'm not going to sit there, give grown-ass men money to watch them play video games that they don't play in general, or give them money to talk to them for 15 minutes. I couldn't do that. Like, that's fucking stupid. And the person and the people, no offense to anyone who's doing that, but you should be ashamed of yourself. You should go back and rethink your life. Like, go back, rethink your whole life, please. You do not deserve.
You know what? My take on it is, if somebody pays me to just talk to them, I mean, literally just talk to them. Say, hey man, can you get on this phone call? I'll pay you $15-20 just to talk to them for 15 minutes. I mean, can you really blame me? I mean, that's that person. If that's their stupidity. I mean, if a person want to pay me $15, then hey,
it says more about the people giving them the money than it does about them. I mean, P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every minute.
You're right. So I mean, you can only blame the people taking the money so much before you have to look at the actual fan base. You got to realize it. I mean, one of these guys that we're talking about stole a bunch of footage, got busted on it, and his fan base grew even more. So can you really blame that? That's a hustle that, it is what it is. I can't, as much as you want to hate a person, you gotta hate the people who support that. That's where it comes from, and that's a mental disorder. That's a mental disorder.
But the thing is, they came up with this, so they had a mental disorder as well, and then the people following them have a mental disorder for paying them. So they're all mental.
You know what? They probably sat down and chat and said, look, all our subs, all these suckers that listen to us and they think that we know what we're talking about. These guys have continued to support us no matter what we say, no matter how wrong we are, no matter what shady stuff we do. Let's get some more money out of them. We're gonna do a Patreon. We're gonna, do a Skype call where here's a price list, and let's see what happens.
You know what, Jay? You know what, Jay? You know what? Even though it may sound wrong, but these people are stupid enough to do it. How about it? I say whatever. Because if you're stupid enough to give other people money to watch them play games they don't play or talk to them for 15 minutes, I still can't understand that. Like, I'm still like confused of.
My thing is too.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. Basically,
are they actually gonna? if somebody pays you to play a game, okay, a particular game, you're supposed to finish it. Are they going to take the money and not finish the game? Allow them to keep the money.
Those guys, they may take the money and just
don't finish games.
They may just take the money and then block the dudes and just move on, you know?
Yeah, that's another thing. There was one would follow you on Twitter. There's no time period in which they specify how long they would do that, whether it be for life or 6 months or whatever. So at any given point, they could decide to unfollow the person and they're out of their fucking $3 or however much it was.
That's crazy.
The fan base's problem is they're a bunch of YouTube marks. They're fucking, they don't have anything going on in their lives. Their lives are so hollow that they have to get behind, YouTube personalities and think that, oh, because this is a community, I'm actually, influencing, what's going on here. It's because it's YouTube, not, Hollywood. So their lives are so hollow and dense that there's nothing going on in it to where they follow these people and become fans of these people when they should just go outside and enjoy life.
No, but I'm so worried about being a keyboard warrior on the fucking on my at the house, typing on the computer and shit all day, trying to troll people.
I could not do that. I could not be on my computer like that
or
all the time. I can't, on my phone or a tablet or any. I can't do it.
Nah, I have a job.
I could not do that. First, I have a job. I have a place to take care of. Okay, and I have games to play.
Read my mind.
Lots of them.
Right.
Lots of them. So,
and
listen, we're not going to give these guys any more attention. I just wanted to bring it up because I think the people out there should know that. Listen to us. Don't pay people. The only thing I'm going to say about this is don't pay people to play games with you. Don't pay people to talk to you. Don't pay people to get their friendship or to follow you.
Have some self-respect.
That's retarded.
Right. If they don't care about you, then who cares? You know what I'm saying?
You.
Do it the legit way.
If they cared about their fans, they wouldn't charge them for anything. Okay? That's what I'm saying. It's different when you set up Patreon for other things, like to get better equipment so they can entertain you or do things, and you have guidelines and rules. There are no guidelines and rules here. You just pay me and we do what the hell we want. Come on. If you need to pay somebody to talk to you, they're not worth talking to. Period. Anybody can hit me up anywhere and talk to me. I've talked to everybody. People even said bad shit about me. I'll still talk to them. I chew their asses out, but I talk to them. And some people apologize and we got past it and everything's done. You know what I'm saying? You just got to talk to people. Don't pay, please people, whoever's listening. And if you do follow these jackasses, don't pay them, please. Don't care two shits about you. They really don't. And
it's
moving
not
on,
even worth it to troll and expose them. Like I said, once you start handing over money, in my eyes, you've kind of become a YouTube mark in that sense too.
Okay, we're gonna move on because they're really not worth our time. We're better than that. Everybody in this podcast is better than that. So we're gonna move on to the Xbox Scorpio. It has been revealed. Now, people told me weeks and months ago that once it's revealed, they keep saying to me, I'm going to be what does it say? I'm going to be the Team Xbox. Then I'm going to get a Scorpio day one and all that stuff. And I still have the same opinion that I've been saying for months. I'm not seeing games. I do not get consoles just based off of power. I don't. Gamers should know this by now with the Sega Dreamcast, okay? The OG Xbox and all the other so-called high-powered consoles. Want to see games. Yeah, the power's good, but without the games, you ain't got shit. But a lot of these people on Twitter and YouTube and in the Xbox community want the Scorpio for bragging rights. For what? For power? So what? You ain't got no games to play it on.
Hey.
What?
Hey, I'm here finally.
Oh, great. You could join. We're talking about the Scorpio now, okay?
Is that the Batman?
Cool. Eternal? Now just to show, they want the brag rights to show, like I said, how much power it's got. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have to be excited about new technology. Okay, not at all. But for example, here we go. If you buy a PC, and a new graphics card. You literally have tons of games to choose from. The Scorpio did show power based on the Digital Foundry side, but once again, where are the games? What is the reason to buy this console? The PS4 Pro was revealed, but it also had a ton of games upcoming. So you guys, what are your thoughts about the Scorpio and not seeing any games and just hearing about power and the media player?
Not only is it the lack of games, but Phil Spencer has already gone on record as saying that developers have to optimize their games for both the Xbox One, the OG regular, and the Scorpio. So if it's pretty much going to be damn near the exact same game, and the Scorpio doesn't really have like any sort of exclusivity or anything like that, what's the point? But then again, I kind of see what they're doing, because people that have already bought their Xbox Ones, they don't want to pull a NVIDIA on them, like what NVIDIA just did by releasing this new Titan or announcing this new Titan or whatever. But yeah, I don't really see much of a point. It may run the games a little bit better, but that's about it. You're not really going to really see what this thing can truly do. Now, if this was a full-on new console, this might be something to get, a little bit excited about. But since they're optimizing the games for both the OG Xbox One and the Scorpio, I don't see much of a point, even if they do announce games, especially since a lot of their games are also on PC.
Yeah. Well, me and Jay, we talked about this on a podcast last night. I think if you're in the Xbox One ecosystem, if that's all you have, then go ahead and you go out and buy a 4K TV, then go ahead and buy this console. It's a huge jump from the original Xbox One. Based on the specs. But I think Princess is right. It's if you've watched Twitter and some of the stuff that's been said, it's never been about the games. They just want to be able to. They just want their bragging rights to say that they have the most powerful console, and it's because. And here's the psychology view of this. They still believe that everybody is now going to abandon the Sony system and run over and buy a Scorpio or Scorpion. That's what they are under the impression of, because that's all they keep talking about is the multi-plat games are going to look and run better. And I've said before, that's not true. They're each going to be 4K, and then they came back with, well, the Pro doesn't do 4K textures, and then you send them the link that clearly says that it does. So
I have a PS4 Pro.
There's just no getting through to these guys, and you kind of okay. I try to step back and put myself in their shoes. They bought this console day one. They've been having to damage control the thing for 3 years. They just can't jump ship on their message for 3 years. So they have to try to do something. I mean, you got guys talking about hold the line, fellas, hold the line. I mean, this stuff, again, like I said in the podcast yesterday, this stuff is just it's really emotional to these guys. It really is. And if you're on the winning end of this, if you're on the Sony side, you've been winning day one. It's funny to you, but to them it's not. It's really it's really a war to these guys, and they think that now they have the atomic bomb they're going to be able to drop and destroy the other side, and now the game is over. They've won this gen, and mind you, they have 8 more months before this thing is released. So I don't know, man. I mean, that's just.
And where are the games? I mean, the fact is that if I want to play The Last of Us,
backwards compat.
Yeah, but if I want to play The Last of Us, if I want to play God of War, if I want to play Days Gone, if I want to play Spider-Man, Horizon, Persona 5, I have to have the Sony system. And like somebody had a podcast the other night, they were saying there's no reason to get this if you already have a PC. And this person, I think, has something called a 1080i or TI.
Yeah.
Apparently,
1080 Ti, yeah.
Apparently,
shout out to Hard 8 for that. He said that.
Apparently it's a big deal, and it blows away everything. And I just don't. Princess is right. It's been all about bragging rights. It's never been about the games for them, even though that was one of their arguments. It's all about the games. Who cares what it looks like? Well, it's just it's like Jay just said, you can't get through to these people. It's just, and the Sony folk, honestly, I'm asking them, I've said this before, just leave them alone. The Porter Rock 77, shout out to him. He clearly said it the best. The Scorpio does a little bit more than the Pro, but it's not that big of a difference. So, but
but like you just said, it may do more, but what is it going to do more with? There are no games.
I agree.
They're counting on the old games of this gen.
Yeah.
They're counting on those as their bread and butter.
But Jay, let me tell you something. Okay, this is coming from an Xbox Nation guy here. I'm gonna tell you something. We have Forza 6. We have fucking Halo 21. Okay, we got fucking Gears of War 26. We have old 360 games that I played 7 to 8 years ago. Okay, we got everything from the power of the cloud, DirectX 72, whatever the fuck they call it. You know what I'm saying? Xbox One is here to stay again.
PC has all that times two. What?
But you
and
know
it
what?
has the Ryzen chip. Don't forget about that. The Ryzen Vega CPU that they swore up and down they're going to have. The only thing that happened yesterday was the white paper that Digital Foundry got, I guess, from last year. They proved it.
Yeah,
they proved it. So everybody knew. Yeah, they confirmed it, and everybody knew that this console was going to be more powerful. They said it at E3 last year.
Yeah, but that was common sense.
Yeah, so it was common sense. So they confirmed it. They went from proof of concept to actual physical proof. There's nothing wrong with that. There's just not that big of a step up if you have a Pro. It's going to be some differences. I'm not going to lie about that. But it's not. Is it enough to make that initial investment? And they truly think people are going to leave and go over and start buying that console, not understanding if everybody bought. If Scorpio comes out day one and sells 1-to-1 for every Xbox owner, there'll still be 12 million Xboxes behind. All four.
Jay.
Actually, way more than that, man. It's right now. It's you talking about 64 million and 26. So.
Okay, Jay, let me ask you a question. Okay, I don't want to get off topic too much, but I just want to ask this quick question. Okay, Jay, you have an Alienware, correct?
I do.
Okay, you and I have the same computer. It's a GTX 1070.
That's correct.
Is it okay? I know you really can't compare console specs too much to PC, but if we put our Alienware next to the Scorpio, would the Scorpio perform better or pretty much about the same? What you think?
Depending on what game you run, obviously the game's going to run better on the Alienware, but it really depends. I don't think it's an apples to apples comparison.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's an apples to apples comparison. But if you got an Alienware, then there is no way you're going to get rid of your Alienware to go get a Scorpio.
Right.
Or if you have an Alienware, you're going to think twice hard. Why would you go and get a Scorpio unless you just want a 4K Blu-ray player, which you just pop that, just buy an external one. So I don't know.
So isn't our Alienware more powerful than the PS4 Pro?
Yeah, it is.
Yo, definitely.
It is.
Okay,
but most PCs are.
But what the fuck is the point of buying the Scorpio when I already got a better fucking PC anyways?
Well, and then but here's the point. When they had exclusives to Xbox, you had no choice but to go out.
Okay, but what is
was the only place you can play those games. But now that's done. That's out the water.
Right. They're on PC as well.
They're on PC, and the only thing Xbox has now that's exclusive is pretty much Forza 72 and fucking Gears of War 21, and even those are on fucking PC now. So I don't know what to say for Xbox anymore.
Forza, I'm not so sure. Gears of War, I know, is on PC.
Well, we got Forza 6 Apex. It's on PC, so it's the same thing. It's just, it's a cut down version of it, but it's the same thing.
Forza 17 Dub Edition Remix.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, Microsoft made that move when they were desperate because the Xbox One wasn't selling, so they had to do something. So they tried to stimulate the market and stimulate their pockets by transitioning all the games over to the PC. Well, now they're coming out with the Scorpio, do you guys think there's a chance they may rein that back in? They may be like, well, we found our footing now. We no longer need that. Let's, I'm just.
Well, one of the things they did not talk about is the VR. I mean, I did not hear anything about the VR. That's supposed to be, high def, VR. It's
VR's on the Scorpio.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
That's what they've been touting for over a year.
I didn't know that. That's something I didn't know.
Well, there's been no official announcement yet.
I thought that was more of a PlayStation thing. I didn't know that Xbox was following.
For the time, it is. There's been no official announcement on the Xbox side.
And Microsoft is not making a VR headset. They are allowing third-party manufacturers to use.
So you can buy like a Samsung Gear
or Acer, or something like that. Okay. Yeah,
I don't buy fucking Android phones, but okay, that's fine.
Going back to these.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Going back to these fanboys for a second, it's almost as if, and this is on all sides, Sony, Microsoft, and God forbid Nintendo, how barely relevant they are. It's like these fanboys, most cherished memory in life was on the elementary school playground arguing which was better, Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm in the corner smiling, having both. So I guess I can't speak about that.
But I'm gonna say something. Really, back then, even 10 years ago or so, a little bit longer than that, you're in school and you got, like even Porter Rock said, a couple other people said on the podcast last week and the week before, you didn't argue. If somebody had a console, you never went and said, you want to come over and play? Yeah. There's a PlayStation. Or what you did is you went over to your friend's house and you played the damn console and you say, oh, well, because you have a Sony, I'm not playing with you. You're not my friend no more. That shit didn't happen. Kids may have said, well, my console's better than yours. But guess what? Yeah. They both played the damn console.
Right.
Yeah, and children are acting better than these grown-ass men. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what the sad part. And that's the sad part about these are adults. These are adults. These are adults doing this stuff. Okay, I can understand.
And you talk about people that are what, 35 and above acting this stupid. Most of them are 35 and above acting this dumb.
Yeah, like I was going to defend, like, okay, if you're a teenager, like, 15 to 19-ish, okay, I get you. I'm 21, so, okay, I get you. You in a different time, in a different generation, but you're a person who are like 20 years plus of my age and you're acting like you're 10, you need to rethink your life again.
These people are older than probably all of us in this damn podcast, pretty much. And they're acting as stupid.
Yeah.
Come on, grow up.
It's like, have you ever seen a woman the day of your life?
Exactly.
Fight for the V, not for a fucking piece of plastic. Okay, I don't want to say vulgar, but I fight for the girls downstairs. Okay, her happy place. I don't fight for the other shit. The much time you waste to put energy on a keyboard.
You have to go there. Could use another example now.
No, the much time you put in your life to sit there and be a keyboard warrior, you could do something, other things like productive. Go outside, exercise, spend time with your family. Laugh and have fun. Not worried about other shit.
One of those fanboys. A lot of those fanboys don't know how to exercise because if you see pictures of them, they're larger than big. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they probably can't even squeeze through the door. They probably got a little porta potty in their room, the refrigerator in their room. Probably in somebody's basement or attic, and they got like a little what do you call it? Hot plate that they cook on because they can't get out.
Sleeping on a mattress on the floor without any box springs.
Pretty sure that's a stereotype.
What was that? Was that you, Young? Oh.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a stereotype. What you said, I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, if you guys don't have no more to go on that, we got a couple more topics. I'm going to move on. I'm actually going to switch it up just a little bit, okay? Since we got the great exposer here, okay? Come on. I
think I know what's coming.
No. Oh, you think you know what's coming? Well, we got and he recently did a video about Blackie Lebowski,
Mm-hmm.
Now, that, in my opinion, was total. I'm trying not to cuss them all, but I gotta say it, fucking destruction. Okay, it really was. Okay, and I'm sure you could tell it better than me. So, GREATExposer, DD14 Chronicles, please tell us about this.
Okay, so some of you may be aware of a YouTuber known as Blackie Lebowski, aka Ash Villain, whatever the fuck his Roman numerals after that was. Who even cares at this point? When he was, I'm not sure if he started this when he was his other, personality before he started flashing guns on the internet and had to get run off of YouTube and then come back as an alternate name and then deny he was ever the first person to begin with. But that's a whole nother topic. Basically, this dude had been going around constantly making a conscious effort to say on a constant basis that he was in the Air Force. I'm an Air Force vet. I was in the Air Force, blah, 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 blah. Well, somebody decided to ask him questions about it. And the person's name is Red Raven. He's a smaller known YouTuber. He was asking him questions about, if he used his, VA eligibility, because if you're out of the Army, you get, education, college benefits and all that good stuff. Blackie starts getting super defensive. Now, if you're a veteran, there's nothing to get defensive about. That was the first red flag. So this Red Raven guy starts getting suspicious and basically ask him, what was your AFSC? Because Red Raven was also in the Air Force. Now, at first, Blackie just talked a whole bunch of shit like he always does, faggot this, faggot that, faggot. But basically, eventually Blackie answered with 321st Security Forces Squadron. Now, if you've been in the military like me, that's a bullshit wrong answer, because an AFSC or an MOS when I was in the Army is an alphanumeric code. In the case of Air Force, it's 5 digits. In Army, it was 3 digits. So then Red Raven asked him, okay, end all speculation right here and now, show your DD14. And Blackie has been sidestepping it ever since. And I get wind of this. I think maybe Red Raven may have linked me the initial video that he did. And me being an Army vet and seeing as how I already had a problem with how this motherfucker conducts himself on YouTube anyway, I decided to do what I do and start a Chronicles of the DD14 video series where I chronicle how many days it's been since he has not shown any DD14. Now, I've uncovered stuff like the 321st Security Forces Squadron he provided doesn't exist. If you look it up on Google, you will find practically nothing. And then all of a sudden he changed it to 341st Security Forces. Yeah, that's the thing you brought up, the video I just made. That was in response to him showing an Air Force BDU jacket, like roughly around 2000.
Your mic went out. Watch your mic.
Can you hear me? Am I good?
Now I can. Yeah, now it's good.
Okay, cool. Might have been the internet acting up. But anyways, he showed an old BDU jacket from around 2000, 2005-ish, thinking that this was going to, it went out again? Let me see here. Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you.
Okay, maybe I should stop walking around then.
You guys hear me?
All right, so he showed an old BDU jacket from 2000, 2005, thinking that this was going to, clear the whole thing up, that he was proved once and for all he was Air Force. So I decided to take that and clown the shit out of him. I saw I just showed how easy it was to get an Air Force BDU over the internet. And I decided to pretend like I was Blackie showing off my Air Force BDU just to fucking clown his ass. And in the same video that he initially made, he went over the fact that people were asking for his AFSC code. Again.
What is going on with this internet?
Yeah, it's been acting up all fucking day. It's been really windy here as of late. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Yeah. No, you're clear, but I'm getting it where I can't hear nobody because I asked everybody, "Are you there?" and nobody answered me. Well, I've got storms going through my area too. So
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he went over the fact that people were asking for his AFSC code, and he said that at no point in his supposed Air Force tenure was he ever told that code. Right when he said that, he buried himself definitively, because that is just such bullshit on so many goddamn levels. And like I wrote on Twitter, he said his AFSC was 341st Security Forces Squadron. So you were in the 341st ever since basic training, you fucking liar. A unit is not an AFSC, you dumb fuck. So yeah, that's basically the long story of it. He's a fucking fraud, and I expose his ass, and I will continue to expose his ass until he decides to show a DD14, which we all know will never happen. So there you go.
Okay, so we got the great exposer exposing again a second time. Well, we're going to move on. This is just a small topic right now. We got another topic to go, a couple more topics, but it's a small one. Since Demetrius brought up, I am going to hit because people ask me about WrestleMania. I am going to bring it up. It's a little off gaming, but it happened, okay? Now, we'll say one thing. I did like the Goldberg match because Brock whooped his ass, okay?
And it lasted like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, not 2 seconds. But I am going to say I did not like the Undertaker match. And this is going to... Now, this is the reason. Now, honestly, because it's literally the last time I'll probably ever see him wrestle again. Okay?
It is.
I grew up with the Undertaker, and I remember Undertaker doing things that scared me back then also. You know what I'm saying?
I dressed up as the Undertaker in 3rd grade. So yeah, he was a big part of my childhood too.
Yeah, so that's what got me. It was it was very sad when I saw him do that. And I'm watching it, and he took off his hand things, and I was like, no. Mm-hmm. Then he took off his, I said, no. And tears started coming down when he took off his hat.
Now, see, I could have been sadder about it if I didn't see it coming from miles away. I mean, the promos that Roman was doing.
Yeah, I agree. I had a feeling it was going to happen, but I didn't want to see it. I just don't want to see that stuff. I just don't want to see it.
Once good old JR came out, and I knew that JR had always said that he wanted to call Undertaker's final match, I was like, it's official. That's a wrap.
Yep. You know what? Yeah. You know what though? What makes me laugh about this whole thing, not because Undertaker retired, Monday Night on Raw, these people, the Orlando crowd, chewed the fuck out of Roman Reigns, and I'm sitting there. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan, but I think as a wrestling fan, not as a 3rd grade child. These new wrestling fans know nothing about wrestling. They don't know nothing about wrestling. They sit there and hate Roman Reigns so much to the point where they're saying, fuck you, Roman, and we hate you, and go away. Okay, I get where you're coming from. You don't like the fact is that Roman Reigns retired the Undertaker. Okay. But these dumbass wrestling fans don't understand. Undertaker was all for Roman Reigns beating him. Okay, if Undertaker didn't want it, Roman Reigns to be the opponent to win, Undertaker is in this position where he can pick and choose who he wants to wrestle. He can do whatever he wants. You know, there are certain people in WWE could do whatever they want. Like Cena could do whatever he wants. Come and goes as he please. He still has to listen to Vince McMahon though, but he has a lot of say so. Some of those jobber wrestlers have no fucking say so. It's either do this or you're gone. So what makes me laugh about these so-called wrestling fans, or these smarks, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, they know nothing about wrestling. Okay, Roman Reigns was sitting there just laughing at these dumbass so-called fans saying, fuck you, Roman this, fuck you, Roman that. He's just sitting there laughing at them. It's just like, dude, that's the kind of heat that WWE wants for Roman Reigns. They are not stupid enough to know that no one likes Roman Reigns. You know,
you'd be surprised. They're trying to make him the new Cena. They really are.
A lot of people are saying that, and I don't know if I see it. I mean, there's probably some kind of interest.
He's right. They're trying to make him somebody else. They're also trying to make other people be the new Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. This talk about wrestling is just flying over my head. Like, I haven't watched wrestling in like 8 years. Sorry.
Oh shit. That's okay. That's okay. You're here, so it don't matter. It was just a short subject, so but I just wanted their opinion.
Yeah, I'm almost done with mine. Yeah, but I'm almost done with mine though, because I made a little video talking about this, so anyone can go check that out later. But it just I laugh at this. You know, the Orlando crowd chewed the fuck out of Roman Reigns, saying "fuck you this, fuck you that, go away, we hate you," whatever. And Roman Reigns was just sitting there laughing at it. And I think it's funny how these people are taking this so personally. And what kills me, these fans are so worried about Roman Reigns instead of worrying about the Undertaker. Look at the fact is that this is Undertaker's last match. Who cares about Roman Reigns? I didn't look at this match to look at Roman Reigns beating Undertaker. These fans knew, these so-called wrestling fans knew that Undertaker was going to lose. They knew this. And they come out on Raw and curse out and say all this stupid shit about Roman Reigns. It's just like you people act like you didn't know Roman Reigns was going to win.
But here's the thing.
That's what I don't understand how these wrestling fans are like that. That's what pisses me off. It's like you guys knew this.
It's different. It's different when we were young.
You gotta realize the Undertaker is the most recognizable wrestling.
I understand that.
In history,
just like Shawn Michaels is.
Next to Sting and Shawn Michaels, yeah,
right. And I get that.
But here it is. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. But if you knew Undertaker's history, he's never ever in history lost a WrestleMania event prior to the one he had with I think it was Brock Lesnar. Yeah. And here it is. Vince McMahon basically said he thought about having Undertaker to go out on that match to go ahead and retire on top undefeated, but that would have been very bad for for the show. That would have been very bad for the legacy and everything else. And that was a decision that was made back then, a couple of years ago, and that stuck to today. So, I mean, this guy had an incredible run. I mean, nothing. Incredible. Yeah, he lost this match, but if you ask anybody on the street who's the best wrestler in history, Undertaker name is gonna come up. So.
I don't think he's the best wrestler.
You know what I did like though? The people when even though he lost that match, which we all knew was going to happen. Okay. I liked fans did for him the whole time. I mean, and it was funny because I saw people's faces in the crowd when they went to them, and they're like, "No," they were all saying, "No, no, no, no."
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see that. But you know what? You got to realize the man's getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are
30 years.
50, 60 years old. Yeah.
Undertaker is 52. He debuted in 1990 in Survivor Series in 1990. And what kills me is the fact that these people, like Undertaker had a hip replacement. The guy had a hip replacement about 8 years ago, the time when he wrestled Edge at WrestleMania 24. He had a hip replacement around that time. So people don't understand that Undertaker needs to retire. I understand that you people don't want to see him go, but you got to look at this man's health. It's not about what the fuck you want. It's about this man's health. That's why I don't understand about these wrestling fans.
But he should have been wrestling this whole
these
time
wrestling fans are not legit.
He was in a coma. His head can't take much more pounding. He can't do it.
Exactly. That's why a lot of these wrestling fans don't understand. That's why WWE kind of went PG. It's because a lot of these wrestlers are getting concussions. A lot of these wrestlers are getting hurt. A lot of these wrestlers are doing this, and a lot of these wrestlers can't take that impact. Why do you think you don't see chair shots as much as anymore to the head? Why do you think there's no first blood matches that much anymore? Because a lot of these wrestlers are getting concussions, and Undertaker cannot take that. The guy is too old. A lot of people that if you love the Undertaker, appreciate that he's leaving, not want him to stay. The more you want Undertaker to stay, the shows you don't really care about Undertaker, you care about yourself. I get that you like Undertaker, but the fact is this guy is getting too old. He needs to rest. He has a family. He's married to Michelle McCool or some shit like that. Let him go be with his family. Leave him alone. And these people are sitting there not understanding that. You're not a real wrestling fan.
Exactly. Be happy that he's going. You could be sad that he's leaving, like I was.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm sad that he's leaving. But I know he has to. He probably should have done this probably 2 years ago.
Exactly.
But he kept on coming to give the fans what they wanted. I know it's in his blood. Fighting is in his blood. First of all, he's fucking Irish, so fighting is in his blood. Period.
Exactly.
But I was sad because I didn't want to see him go, but I was also happy at the same time because I didn't want to see him get hurt.
Exactly.
Anymore. I wanted him to live a full life. Look what happened. And if people don't understand this, look what happened to Dusty Rhodes with a head injury.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really bad.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, freaking what's his face? Samoan Joe. Samoan Joe fucked up Tyson Kidd and did a power and fucked him up, and now Tyson Kidd has no wrestling career. So, and you also got to look at it, like Roman Reigns is what, like 31. Roman Reigns is like what, like 20 years younger than Undertaker. Roman Reigns is a new upcoming guy. Roman Reigns was not even tired. He was just ready. He was still ready. Undertaker looked like he was about to faint. Like every time you look at Undertaker, for even when he wrestled Shane McMahon last year, they look like they was about to have a heart attack in the ring. Like Undertaker,
but they don't realize he came out of a coma. He did that after a coma,
right? So a lot of people don't
like that.
care. It's just like, dude, do you understand? The more you're wanting Undertaker to come back, the more it's hurting him. Like, dude, he comes back, he wrestles some guy, whatever, and then he comes back. Every time I see him in the ring, it's so hurtful. It's so painful to watch him wrestle because he can go for like 5 minutes, and after that, he's all shut down. 5 minutes. Like, he dominated Roman Reigns for like maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and Roman Reigns just fucked him up at the end. They had that little botch towards the middle of the match.
The age difference also.
That's what I'm saying. 20 years younger, 25 years younger.
Let me tell you something. Give me somebody when I'm that age, 24 years younger, they probably whoop my ass too.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna do it right now. They ain't gonna do it now. But hey, but exactly. You know, if you're in your prime, it ain't gonna happen.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And
I can't say that, except my grandpa. He could whoop anybody, even in his 70s.
And I'm gonna tell you guys something. Jeff Hardy even said, and I'm gonna say like 2 more things in this set. Jeff Hardy even said that he wanted to wrestle Undertaker, but Jeff Hardy can't do it. You know why? Because it's over with. And the last thing I wanted to say is, yes, I really did want Roman Reigns to be the one to end it, but but I kind of get his gimmick, the whole big dog, this is my yard shit, and he's trying to, I get that. I really wanted to see, everyone should know, Sting versus The Undertaker for their retirement.
Exactly.
If they would have did that shit,
if
they would have did Sting versus The Undertaker, if Sting would have came into WWE, I would say maybe 8-9 years ago, that would have been good. But even 2 years ago when he retired or whatever, thanks to Seth Rollins, he fucked that up. He fucked up Sting's neck. Sting couldn't do anything. But I don't know if that was WWE's plan to make Undertaker versus Sting, but that would have been a perfect.
2 old timers going at it. Yeah.
That would be perfect because these 2 icons, these 2 damn titans fighting each other. It'd probably been a boring ass match. I don't know if it would probably been slow because they're old, but just to hear the name Sting versus The Undertaker.
I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have been that slow, because even as old as they were, they still had some agility. Maybe after 5 minutes,
yeah.
But in the beginning, no. They still that 5 minutes, but those old fucking farts, they did a lot of shit.
Right. Imagine Sting with that face paint looking directly at Undertaker's eyes. That would
rolling his eyes and doing it. Yeah.
Oh man, that would give any wrestling fan would have a boner from that. I'm serious. I would have coming as a wrestling fan.
Even when Sting was in the WWE, Vince McMahon was wanting to do Taker and John Cena for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so even when Sting was in the company, he for some reason McMahon was allergic to money that day.
You gotta realize the history. You gotta realize the history.
I'm gonna say, I don't think John Cena would fight The Undertaker. I think he has too much respect for him, and he knows the shape he's in, and I don't think he would have done it. He would have said, "No, I ain't doing it. No, you're not doing that to me." I don't think he would have done it.
And I was listening to a wrestling podcast. I don't remember which one it was, but the host said something that I fully agree with. It's not necessarily that they're booing Roman himself.
I know that was
product.
It's TV Rex and Kevin Castle and Don Tony. That's
I love
those guys. They are very intelligent wrestling fans. Those are the real wrestling fans you need to listen to. If you people like wrestling, listen to those guys. They actually know wrestling. These people have been watching wrestling since the 70s. So anytime they say something, you cannot argue with them. They are either at least 99% right or 98% right.
That's my brothers. That's my brothers, my older brothers. They've been doing it. I have one brother. They actually took my grandmother over to Madison Square Garden to watch shit in the 70s.
Right. Yeah.
They went over to Madison Square. Well, she took him. He was younger, but she took him, And they went, them and one of my older cousins, they went over there. They went to Madison Square Garden. They watched what's his name? Bruno Sammartino and all that shit. They saw all that shit. All of it. All of it.
Yeah. And
you know,
that's like back in the territory days.
Right. And you know, I started wrestling in the Attitude Era. I didn't watch it in the Golden Age era when it was like in the 80s or you know whatnot. I started in the Attitude Era when Rock and Austin were the dominant force in the WWE.
Yeah,
and
you
then
started in the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
I time to be a wrestling fan right there.
You know why he's
Yeah.
because he got an attitude. That's why.
Yeah, that too. But I started then, and my cousin, I got him to WWE. He started in Ruthless Aggression, like 2004. But he knew so much about the business, and he knows about what wrestling is. It's wrestling. If you've been watching wrestling for me, I've been watching wrestling for, I would say about 17 years, 15 to 17 years. So I know in my head what WWE is going with this. If you've been watching wrestling for this long and how the storylines go and use two and two together, you understand, okay, I see why so-and-so is in this book match with this person. Now, granted, you may not want that thing to happen, like Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. I get why no one wanted to see Roman Reigns beat the Undertaker. But if you're a wrestling fan and understand it was for a good cause and it was for a reason, Undertaker handpicked Roman Reigns to fight him at WrestleMania. They even said that. He wanted him to do it.
But you know what? First of all, you knew that was going to happen after the last match because when Undertaker was outside the ring and Roman Reigns was standing in there, he looked at him and they looked at each other and it was like, I knew it was happening at WrestleMania. I knew who Undertaker was going to fight at WrestleMania because I saw it in their faces. He looked at him and was like, you're next.
Oh yeah! After Roman Reigns eliminated Undertaker and said, "This is my yard," that was common sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know
exactly.
Yeah. So you know they was going to go at WrestleMania. I didn't know that was going to be Taker's last match because I really wanted Taker to fight someone who, for the longest time, even if it wasn't Sting, I always thought Cena was going to be the one to retire Taker because Cena fucking buries everybody. He has his handy dandy shovel with him everywhere he goes.
But I don't think. But see, I think he has such mad respect that he probably told him, "Listen, I ain't going to be the one to take him out on his last match. You ain't getting me to do that."
Yeah, Taker is one of those people.
Cena would have a lot of catching up to do to try to match Triple H's burial site.
Oh yeah, Triple H buried so many people.
Well, listen, we're going to move on from wrestling because this is actually for gaming. Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. No, it's okay. I brought it up. You don't want to make me be sorry. Oh, stop that shit, man. Come on.
There's no crying in the podcast.
Exactly. I'm gonna get into Demetrius now. Now, Demetrius, you're in trouble. No, not really. I know you wanted me to talk about anime. No, I know you wanted me to talk about anime. See, I fooled you. I didn't have my podcast there before, so I had to do that. But anyway, no, you want me to talk about anime, okay? You mentioned that to me. And I tried to bring up subjects that people on my podcast or people ask me, okay? Now, I do watch some of it, like Full Metal Alchemist,
right?
Fairy Tail. I used to watch a little bit of Pokemon back then. I like Dragon Ball Z. And I can't.
Pokemon.
You gotta laugh. Go ahead. Okay. And there are some other animes. So Demetrius, you want to talk a little bit about anime? So take it away.
Well, I really wanted to talk about that, like with Caesar, because Caesar is the actual weeaboo. It's the actual weeaboo, like me. No, but I'll talk about it a little bit. I'll talk about it. Okay, no, I will. I'll talk about it just a little bit, and then me and Caesar are actually going to make a 10 to 15 video talking about it on our separate channel. Oh, yeah, man. Like that. I wanted to do a separate series talking about anime besides gaming. I wanted to, talk about other things in wrestling too.
And just so you know, after this, we're going to have an open mic. So if somebody has a subject they want to bring up, we can do that. So,
right.
About it because I like to give, because there are some people that ask about anime. So,
right. So
it is slightly related to games. So go ahead.
Right. Okay, so I wanted to start off this way here. I'm gonna ask Caesar a question. And anyone in the comment section have any questions, feel free to ask or whatever. Caesar, do you prefer subbed or dubbed, or it doesn't matter to you?
See, it really doesn't matter. Like, if an anime doesn't have a dub, then I will watch the sub, like, no problem.
Mhm.
But if it does have a dub, I will watch the dub first, and then if I really like it, I'll go back and watch the sub.
Okay, yeah. I predominantly like dubbed, not because I can't watch subbed anime. I've done it. I watched Tokyo Ghoul and subbed, but only reason why I don't have a reason, I don't really like subbed anime because I'm not Japanese, nor do I want to learn it. I don't really care about that. I just like the show. I just want to watch the show, and
Yes.
and usually the Japanese voices are annoying as hell. Like they really are. Like when they have the little anime girls and shit, they're like, Kaiba-kun, yes, Kaiba-kun. Oh my god!
You know you love it. What are you lying? You
No,
lie.
I don't like that.
You know you love little anime girls. You love little anime girls. Come on.
No, fucking no. That shit is so cringeworthy. That makes you cringe so bad. It makes you want to fucking like punch a fucking hooker or some shit. It is so bad.
Yeah, that's why I could never watch Attack on Titan in Japanese.
Yes, it's so bad. And try to watch Dragon Ball Z and subbed. Like Dragon Ball Z, not Super. Super is actually pretty good in sub. If you try to listen to Dragon Ball Z in fucking Japanese, your ears will fucking bleed. Goku's voice in Japanese was like, oh my god, it was horrible.
But like
it was,
anime like One Punch Man,
No,
is
that I will say it is horrible in Japanese. Goku.
yeah,
right,
but
yes.
anime is like One Punch Man. Oh my god, the dub is horrible compared to
Oh,
the sub.
oh yeah. Now, like when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, I know a lot about the series and I know the analysts and I can break down almost everything about Dragon Ball Z. And any people in the comments that don't know this, it's best to watch Dragon Ball Z because I know a lot of people grew up watching Dragon Ball Z like in the Funimation dubbed. Everyone's watched Funimation dubbed. It's on Toonami when Sailor Moon was popular and Yu Yu Hakusho. The best way to watch Dragon Ball Z, and I want a lot of people to go back and watch it because you're going to see a lot of stuff and a lot of dub changes they did to Dragon Ball Z. I recommend to go back and watch it in Japanese because you're going to see a lot of things they changed. Like Piccolo's Special Beam Cannon is called the Monako Sanpo. They changed the name of it for Special Beam Cannon. And they changed a lot of this stuff because of the US, censorship and all that stuff. So, and the manga is very different. And if you don't know anything, a lot of people, I have to stress this to a lot of people. If you don't know what's canon or non-canon to any series you watch, read the damn manga. I tell people this all the time. And I know, Caesar, you know this shit too.
Thing. Yeah, but you know what? Young does also know, but so does Eternal Peace, okay? Jonah, you know about anime. You love anime.
Yeah, a lot.
I know you do.
I know a lot about anime.
So jump in with them and talk. Jump in and talk with them about it. Tell them what you feel about it too, because he's a big anime person too as well.
Yeah, that's good, man. I love talking about stuff like that with people. It's fun.
See, well, I've seen anime ever since like Toonami was around in 2002. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho and some Gundam, and even when Naruto was still airing with that Cartoon Network dub, and even Trigun was on Adult Swim still to that day. Yes. I've been around since that time. And yes, I was even around when Card Captors was on Kids WB with Kids WB showing anime. I've been around the anime fandom for that long. Same. My favorite animes that are mech animes, some harem animes, shonen animes like Naruto and Hunter x Hunter and Fairy Tail and Hack and all that. My picture you see right here on my Google is from a anime based manga version called Azumanga Daioh, which is an amazing manga series, by the way. You should check it out. It's not just a slice of life; it's more than that, which I'm exaggerating about that. But
yeah, like it's anime. It's a really good series. I like watching it. It's a really good thing for the Japanese culture. Like some anime. What I love about anime is the way they create these stories. And they even said Death Note. I'm going to say about Death Note real quick. They said Death Note. Yes, they quoted and said Death Note was one of the best anime of all time. It actually was considered that behind Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z is considered that as well. But
it has such a rich story.
Yes, like And the way I love how Japanese cartoons, and you try to compare them to American cartoons, Japanese cartoons can make you cry. They can make you emotional. They can make you happy. They can make you sad. These American cartoons don't offer that. They just made you laugh, like, like Tom and Jerry made you laugh, or Scooby Doo made you wonder because it's a mystery show. Ed, Ed and Eddie made you laugh, but they didn't give you what these anime shows give you. They didn't give you something to feel for these characters. Like when certain characters die, you feel some type of way about it. Like in Death Note, when L died, I felt really bad about that. You know what I'm saying? But time was coming because like Yagami was after him. But it's one of those things where you can get a human connection with these characters, are actually just cartoon characters, but you have like a connection with these people on the show. And that's what I love about anime. It gives you something to think outside the box. American cartoons don't give that to me. That's why I don't watch them anymore, and nor do I care about them, because I always grew up off of anime ever since I was a kid. If it wasn't wrestling, it was anime and video games. That's what I was: anime, video games, and wrestling. And and that's what I grew up off of.
I still watch American cartoons though, which, if you don't know, American cartoons are now growing into the same plot and theme and character developments that offer the same variety of anime, like shows, for instance, Steven Universe and what else, Star Versus. I mean, these are shows none of you might have known, but trust me, they're really great shows. But I'm going off of the anime topic. What else am I going to say? Oh yeah, to anime. Let's just say tend to sometimes be in my fanboy phase, which I'm not a fanboy. I just tend to like,
That's all right.
or just argue and say, hey, no, this is the best. Like when people, I always see Sora Online haters, I just say, well, that's just your opinion. Or
you know what? I never really watched it. I never really watched Sword Art Online, and the time when I watched it, it was kind of boring a little bit. And I like I said, I'm one of those people. I don't hate you for watching that show. I think because you're just in the same boat. Anime fans are just like, should be just like gamers. The anime community is very toxic now, just like the gaming community is. But like if you're a person who likes, I'm gonna be very like stereotypical. A lot of these anime fans still try to compare Dragon Ball Z to Naruto, and I tell people, why are you comparing shows like that? Like, yes, Kishimoto was so much inspired from Dragon Ball Z. A lot of their moves are pretty much similar. Like the Chidori is it's a Gallic gun, or it's different in Japanese. But a lot of these moves are from other shows that was inspired from other people. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great thing. And it's there for your entertainment purposes. It's there for your enjoyment. And so,
yeah. Also, I'm going to give some facts here. And the fact is, when he mentioned Death Note, I said that's actually a fact that it's made to be the most popular anime, because in Japan, and I'm going to mention this to all of you, even people in the comments, the most popular anime right now, to my knowledge, what I've read up online is, I think there's 5 or 6, but I might be wrong by those numbers. There's Death Note, Gundam. Let's see what else.
I thought Dragon Ball Super was actually the most popular one.
There's more than one anime that's popular in Japan, but it's usually the shonen ones, or just the ones that would usually see everywhere in Japan. There's Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. It's mixed when it comes to the East. There's Dragon Ball Super, which everyone in Japan just loves. Attack on Titan, Sword Online, and Love Live.
Right.
Well, I mean, you can't forget about the big 3, right? The Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to the big 3, one of them out of the big 3, there's one of them out of the big 3 that's the most popularist in Japan of all time, and that's One Piece. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I like One Piece.
And YouTube, and the YouTube community in Japan version, like, I just hear nothing but One Piece, some fan chatter from Japanese fans. And there's this one video I've seen where someone asks random Japanese people what their favorite anime is. 100% of them always say Dragon Ball, or One Piece, or Love Live, or Idolmaster, or Naruto.
Yeah. And those are one of the great animes, like me. The anime I'm watching right now is called Luck and Logic. I'm watching that on Funimation right now. And then Dragon Ball Super comes out tomorrow, and any person that still likes Dragon Ball, Android 17 is coming back. Lapdos and Zouli are teaming up with each other, and Android 17 never met Goku, Son Goku before, so it's going to be really great to see how they pair, because in episode 86 they're going to show what's going to happen, and Goku is now recruiting fighters for the new tournament they're having, so it's going to be exciting to see that. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to go on in the next couple years for anime. They got a lot of big projects that's going on for anime and stuff. And the one final thing I'm gonna say though, before we actually do the full video, Caesar, and if you want to, John, if you want to get in it, you're more than welcome. Is I'm gonna say this here, man. Fuck, man. The fanboys in anime, and
it's actually Jonah, not John.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry. And I know you know this, Caesar, but the fanboys in anime are very toxic. They are always in comments bitching and yelling at each other about which anime is better than the other, and they act like
characters are better than other characters.
They're just like
it's the same thing in gaming.
Yep. To be honest, I used to be like that when I was like young, a teenager, basically.
Yeah.
Not anymore though.
Yeah, I used to laugh at people because one of my friends, he was a pretty much an idiot back then, but I still talk to him today, and he understands it. He swears up and down that Naruto was far stronger than Goku, and I laughed at him. And I still and I said, okay, oh fucking K. I said, you know what? And it's not true. So it's not true. I want to get that out of people's heads right here with this one. If there's something, fans made this up. They said in the Dragon Ball Z universe, what's your name? Jonah, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Jonah. You watched Dragon Ball Z pretty hardcorely back in the day, or you know anything about the power feats and everything, or you don't know too much about it?
Well, let's just say I used to watch the old Toonami Dragon Ball Z airing of the Ocean Dub, but I faintly remember
Ocean Dub was really good.
But yeah, I have been recently watching a little bit of Dragon Ball Super, and I'm only at the beginning parts. I don't know much about the Dragon Ball series as a whole, other than the Dragon Ball original, which I think is the best in the series.
Right. Now, do you know Goku's brother, Raditz, right? The one that came to Earth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said, they're quoting and saying, the strongest person, which is in Shippuden and Naruto with Madara Uchiha. The fans were saying
What'd
that...
you say?
Yeah, that's his name, Madara Uchiha. That's his name.
I know. I'm playing with you.
I'm
just playing with you.
I know. But they were saying that the strongest fucking Naruto character in Dragon Ball Shippuden was on the power level of fucking Raditz and Nappa. So you mean to tell me, and I don't, it's not true, but it seems like it's true, but it's not. You mean to tell me a guy that's a power level of 1200 and another guy with a power level of 4000 is the strongest Naruto character? So that means fucking Krillin can solo Naruto in his best form. That's sad. I don't think it's 100% true. I don't think Krillin himself can solo Naruto characters. At this point, I don't think he can. Goku sure as hell can easily. Goku is a god. A lot of people need to understand that Goku in his SS Blue form is on like a whole nother level. Him and Beerus fucked up the Omniverse when they were fighting each other. They were punching holes in the fucking Omniverse, if I'm saying that right. So there is no way any Naruto character can do anything to Goku or Beerus. There's nothing you could do to Beerus or Goku, no matter what fucking Naruto you give them. There's nothing they can do. And Kaguya, the lady who's the creator of all Infinite Chakra, she cannot be anyone as far as like in Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna say she's infinite
weak.
chakra.
I don't even like her.
No, but she has infinite chakra. So I don't think Goku and Vegeta can do anything to her as far as beating her. They can't. They can kick her ass, but they can't beat her because you can't kill her. So, but the person who can kill her is Zeno, the guy who's created of everything. Xeno is the most strongest Dragon Ball Z character ever. Like he's a little fucking where the fuck he's supposed to be, and by the snapper of his finger, he can destroy everything. He could destroy a fucking timeline. He destroyed a timeline before, so there's nothing you could do. So I'm done with that. But I just want to debunk a lot of these stupid ass Naruto.
Well, I know you want to do your own little video on this, but I just wanted some people. I wanted to give you time to talk about it because I said I would. I do that. You know how I am. And you guys can do your own little thing later on. But before we go, I don't have any more subjects right now. I want to ask if anybody has anything. I'm going to ask a special guest, and he didn't put me in the Corporate Slave Awards, which I thank him for that. I want to ask Great Exposure. Do you have anything you want to add to the podcast or any subjects you want to bring up?
Funny you should say that. I actually have a bit of an announcement to make. It's it's an exclusive, so to speak.
Take it away.
So basically, I've just today ordered my new PS4 Pro. It should be coming in next week.
Whoa!
And I got 3 games for it. 2 exclusive, 1 multi-plat, but you can't get it on Xbox or Nintendo Switch. After this podcast is over, I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm going to create a poll where I'll reveal these 3 games and I'll have my followers vote of which one I should play first to break my PS4 Pro cherry, so to speak.
What?
Yeah.
You're not gonna I could tell you. Tell me what games.
Well, I want the Twitter followers to decide. You'll just have to be on my Twitter to find out.
All right, you know what? Okay. That's mean, but okay.
Anyways, I have something else to mention for 30 seconds, if that's fine.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
There's it's back to anime, but it's going to be for 30 seconds. There's actually plenty of classical anime from the 80s and 90s that are still popular in Japan to this day.
Oh yeah, I can name off a couple. I can name off Here's Her Circumstances, popular. Was that Vampire Hunter D is still popular. Sailor Moon, yeah, I knew a couple.
In Japan, though, I'm talking about Japan, not America. If anybody heard D, I'm not even sure if that's even a thing in Japan anymore. But Sailor Moon definitely is. I mean, there's even a museum/cafe in Japan in Osaka for Sailor Moon.
Yep. And a lot of people don't know this. Tokyo and Osaka, Japan speak 2 different versions of Japanese. There's difference. And a lot of dumbass anime fans and a lot of people who so-called know Japanese don't know this. Osaka, Japan or Tokyo, Japan, they speak 2 different Japanese. That's why Japanese is so hard to understand.
People don't understand. People don't understand that there are different ways of speaking. I mean, there's different ways of speaking in a lot of languages, depending on where you live and what's going on in that country. It is what it is.
Osaka is basically the southern side of Japan, as if Texas is the southern side of America. Basically, Osaka is the south, it'd be southern to them in Japan.
Right.
All right. I want to ask Craig. Do you have anything you want to bring up?
I'm.
Craig, you don't like anime? You don't like anime, Craig?
Me? No, I got my. I remember being. I like my Robotech. So
he said, I got my old school anime going back in the day. I get you.
Yeah. You all are bringing up stuff, and I'm like, you all need to go back and watch Robotech. That's
Robotech. That shit came out in the late '80s or the early '80s, like before Dragon Ball.
Mid '80s. Rick Hunter and Captain Global and that crew.
Listen, don't pick on the old man in the group now. Come on now.
Yeah, that's what you need to watch. Go back before then.
I myself have never.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But Craig, do you have any subjects you want to add to this?
One, this could be breaking, and this is tentative. A Star Wars celebration, the 40 years, starts Wednesday, and and maybe Thursday, they may unveil Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, nice.
Possible.
If it ain't episode 8, I don't care.
Well, they'll have that there too. They're gonna have Harrison Ford and Hayden Christensen's gonna be there, so everybody's interested to see what's happening. But as far as gaming, that could be unveiled right there because EA did say that they had a special announcement, And no, it won't be shown on the Scorpio. That does a little bit. It will be shown on the Pro. So
that was some good news. Fans want to hear that shit. So, what about you, Young C's? Do you have anything you want to add into this? Young.
Yeah. I think he muted his mic. He's still there, but
no, I'm good.
All right. And what about you, Demetrius? Any last? Oh, I shouldn't even ask Demetrius because we'll be here all night long. But Demetrius, do you want? Demetrius, you want to bring up anything? Do you want to bring up something you might have heard that we didn't touch on that? The fans may want to hear.
I'm gonna tell you this here. I'm gonna tell you this. Be the one, Xbox One, Xbox for life. I'm just saying that for right now. Sony, they got no games. Okay, they got no fucking games. Xbox, we got all the games. Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all know. We got Halo 27, Gears of War 62. Okay, we got so many fucking what is that? The Forza games is crazy. So just go pick up an Xbox One. Don't pick up a Sony platform with all the games at. Please don't do that.
And it has the rise.
Oh, such a whiny fanboy. I want to slap a smack ass right now.
Hey, but don't go and pick up the console with all the games. Don't do that. Don't.
No, y'all need to pick up the console with all the games so you can have some fun. But anyway, I want to answer somebody in the chat. Somebody named Demetrius as well. Yes, I'll probably live stream something in a little while. I'm going to do probably a live stream playing a game. So, yes, come and check it out. Okay, guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If nobody has nothing else to bring up, we're going to do outros, okay? And I'm going to let special guest go first, only because he didn't put me in the corporate save wars, so I like him for that. I like him for that. Hey, that's first of all. And he's our special guest, so great exposure. Do your outro and tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube. Just search The Great Exposer. Same with Twitter. Yeah, this was pretty fun. I could definitely see myself doing this at later points in time. The reason why, if in case you were wondering why I was quiet during the whole anime section, I was never really a big anime fan. I had an ex-girlfriend who was a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and I pretty much just listened to her talk about it. So I could give her that work later that night. But anyhow, on that note, be sure to wrap it before you tap it. Unless she has been tested and you have the paperwork and she's on birth control, and in that case, hey, open for business.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you, welcome back anytime, Great Exposer.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
Welcome back anytime.
The Great Exposer has spoken. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. And I appreciate you being here. No Demetrius, you go ahead.
Hey, everybody, this is Lords of Eclipse. Make sure you guys go check out my channel, me and Caesar and what's his name again? Jonah?
Jonah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jonah. We're going to do some anime topics. So if you guys are anime fans, you really want to hear what we have to say, please come check us out. It's going to be very fun. Please rock out with us with this. And what I'm going to do with this series is I'm going to let you guys interact with us. So I don't want to just be talking and let you guys listen to us. That's boring. I want to have everyone interact with us. You know, if you're an anime fan, let's join a club, you know, come in and talk and have fun. You just, you know, talk about it too. So in the comments, and when I do this live stream, I want people to write down in the comments and stuff, and I'll pick out a couple people and we're going to answer some questions. And if you guys got some anime that you want me to talk about, or Caesar and Jonah to talk about, we definitely will, because we know pretty much damn near every anime that it probably came out in existence. So just come on and rock out with us. Thank you.
What time is that going to be? Let them know.
I'm going to try to start doing this every Friday, just like after Nancy's podcast. So what time is it? My time is, I'm on Central Time, just like Caesar, 7:25 my time. So if you guys are Central Time, my time, then I'll try to do at least about 8:30. I haven't decided yet, but so this one,
it's 8:30 Central, so it's 9:30 Eastern.
Okay, so it's gonna. I might not do it
Okay.
too late because I know people got to go to school or something. So I'll just do it at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. For
Not if
other
you're
people.
doing it on Friday night. They ain't
School
doing
on a
school in the
Friday
morning.
night. Yeah.
Oh,
Come on. Please.
oh my God.
I mean, Demetrius, what are you talking about? Come on, Demetrius. They ain't gotta go to school on Saturday.
You'd be surprised. My little brother has Saturday school. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. We ain't going there. All right.
Oh, but
Young,
that's it.
Young, do your
Wanna-
outro and tell everybody where to find you.
All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I didn't talk much, but I was like back and forth, had things to do. Sorry about that. But
Apology not
We'll
accepted.
get you next time. We're gonna make you batter up next time.
I'm glad to be here. You can check me on Twitter, NCS24. Follow me on, not follow, subscribe to me on YouTube at NCS24. Let's see if we can push that 200, maybe not. It's up to you guys.
You'll get there.
Um,
Just give them the content they want. Give them the content they want, and you'll get there. No problem.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe with this, I might do some more anime videos and stuff.
I'm telling you.
Go for it.
That's how we're gonna get up, man. That's anime. The anime is very popular, so
Oh yeah.
that's how we can collab like that.
Now, next, we're gonna have Jonah. Do your outro. Tell everybody where to find you.
Hey, it's me, Jonah, aka on YouTube as Cien248 or Shien, whatever you want to pronounce it as. I usually do, let's see, videos related to English or multinational, like international or global, whatever you get the point, importing games. I'm gonna be soon making a video on my game collection. I haven't done one in a while. It's more of an update on my collection. And I'm also possibly gonna do a live stream of Phantasy Star Online 2 on my PS4.
Oh, nice.
Okay, perfect. I am going to say, unfortunately, J-Dub had to leave us. He had to go pick up the family, the wife and kids. So I'm going to say to everybody, check out J-Dub stuff. He's known as Kratos. Imagine that. But last but not least, we got Craig and his pet rock.
Hey, it's Craig Harris. Just check me out on YouTube and Twitter. I think it's at Craig Harris 456, I believe. And yeah, I just hit. I just hit 100 subs. So that's been my goal the whole time. So I do appreciate.
Oh, congratulations!
Well, thank you. Yeah, me and my pet rock are up to 100 subs now. So but I do that thing's smooth.
It'll get there. You put out the right content, it'll get there. Just be you and do you, and that's it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the Vine Princess, and had a good time on the podcast. And I'll definitely have to get you onto a Craig's Corner. I just had Demetrius on there, and Iron Wolf's been on. So yeah, Young C's has been on there too. He survived.
So what am I? Last resort?
No, I want you to have that special time. Be the first young lady on the podcast.
Okay.
So
All right, I'll take that then. Okay.
Hey, and hold on, Demetrius, what's his name? Midian. My channel is called Lords of Eclipse. Because he asked me. Sorry to cut you guys off, but he asked me in the thing. So it's Lords of Eclipse, and I will write it in the chat so you'll be able to see it.
Okay. Now, with that being said, I appreciate everybody on the podcast tonight. I really do. And like I said, great. If you want to come back anytime, hit me up. It's every Friday. You're more than welcome. You brought some good shit to the podcast, and that's what we need.
Good to hear.
Good. No, I always want good people. I don't want no bullshitters.
Boonstra.
It's not what this is about. So I appreciate everybody again tonight. And once again, this is a TitanFallPrincess sign out. Check out everybody's channel, please, guys, okay? And hit it before you leave, hit it with a thumbs up. And you know why you're going to hit it with a thumbs up? And you know why you're going to check out my panel's podcast? Because y'all love me. Later. We're out of here.